Ranking Member Schatz.
Thank you, Chair Mullen. Thank you to both of you for your testimony. So, on the GSF, what's the end state in terms of the number in the force? 6,000, or 6,000 plus 6,000?
You mean the number of troops in the force? 5,500 troops, and then a civilian representative with a civilian staff of 50. So troops, 5,500.
Okay, and where are we now on that number?
We have the numbers from 11 countries, and over 11,000 people were pledged, 11,000 troops, excuse me. We culled that list down to get the 5,500 that we want. The first units will deploy on 1 April.
And I assume on a rolling basis until you get to your 5,500, and what is that, months or years?
Yeah, it's months.
Okay.
So you're going to need to reach initial operating capability 1 April, and then you're going to go to full operational capability by September.
Okay, and Mr. Holmes, your sort of vision, which has a logic to it, is, you know, Haiti's going to have to govern itself, and a bunch of foreign country troops may help to stabilize the situation, but is not a long-term solution. So I'm assuming, as you imagine this dual track, that this can work, and then in the meantime, you're providing resources and doing training and best practices and all the rest, because you can't get a force of in the tens of thousands. That actually does take years, does it not? Okay, so my basic question is, this is already hard, right? Then what? Because I accept the premise that development assistance, humanitarian assistance, you know, global health, all the good things that the United States tries to accomplish that are in our interests, none of it can work if you have everybody absconding with stuff and all the rest of it. But a bunch of those programs were turned off abruptly. And I'm trying to figure out, in your mind's eye, we're 18 months from now and things are starting to look more stable and like we can distribute aid. What is it, Ambassador, that we would need to turn back on, over what period of time, which programs were effective, which should be thrown in the trash can? Give us a vision from the more narrow view of this committee. What should we be funding if the security system permits us to distribute the kind of aid that has been shown to be effective elsewhere?
Senator, on the matter of aid, it's important for all of us to bear in mind that notwithstanding cuts that have been made in aid programs worldwide, without exception and here by orders of magnitude, the United States remains the #1 without any competitor, without any peer. We remain the #1 donor and assistance provider to Haiti. That's a crucial thing to bear in mind. In terms of the end state, stability is the end state, but guns and the police or any of these other folks won't win it at the end of the day. When they go quiet, we must have an economy in place. There must be at least subsistence, and people will have to believe that they can, in fact, put shoes on the baby's feet and food on the table and something over their head. If they don't believe that that is attainable and possible, we're back to square one, whether people decide to get in boats or go to gangs.
So I love what you said. It's something like what I would say. But let me be a little technocratic. Programmatically, what does that look like?
Programmatically, it looks less like you and more like the private sector. It looks less like you and more like public and private partnerships.
I'm not trying to have a adversarial back and forth. I'm asking which lines of funding, which programs that exist under our SFOPS bill we should be looking to plus up or emphasize or encourage the administration to turn back on over time.
Yes, Senator, I see us aligned here in an agreement. I'm sorry if I've misunderstood you. INCL would probably be one of the ones that I would dwell on a bit because we're going to need to sustain the organizations and the entities and the variables that can provide that security. Right now, in the current context, that is exactly what you have been doing. HNP INCL, INL funding, and also what you did with, or rather, lifting the prohibitions for FOD.
Thank you.